game we have coming up here. A top 10 team perhaps walking right into a trap. As any fan of college football knows, when you go on the road, you never know what you might run into. Welcome everyone to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see the number 9 team in the country, the East Carolina Pirates, squaring off with another team from the American, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. The Knights will put total leather to crank us up. And he takes this from inside the 5. And he'll be brought down after a solid effort on that return. So East Carolina's offense will get the first crack at it here. They got an incredibly efficient performance from this guy last time out. Now, Jesse, it's about making that a consistent thing.
Yeah, I think the most impressive thing watching that tape back from his last game is the ball never touched the ground, David. It was amazing. It wasn't that he was so accurate throwing the ball deep down the field. It's just that the ball was always going to the open guy. He did a really good job checking it down, taking the profit when it wasn't open downfield. That kept the offense on schedule. That's really important for this offense today.
And when you're watching it as a defensive player and coming to this football game, man, you know this is going to be a challenge. I better get pressure on this guy. If I let him feel comfortable, you'll see another day like last week. I mean, that dude was accurate. Almost every ball was caught. They were in.
Turning it on! They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. The Pirates come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. Looking downfield on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Russ. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. And here comes the offense on second down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to fire. Makes the grab. Gets it inside the 10. Out of bounds at the 9 after the big pickup on that one. And the Pirates will snap it on first and 10. Little touch pass to the receiver. Touchdown, East Carolina! The finisher, the exclamation point on that drive. Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game and get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
The Knights offense will try to get something going with their first possession. The matchup we'll be watching in this one really takes you back. Big-time running back going right into the face of a tackling machine at linebacker, David.
Yeah, and we're going to see this individual battle a lot. Not just in pass coverage when they match up, but just meeting in holes. And who's going to win when they go head-to-head? That will be a big factor in who wins this football game. But, Jesse, one-on-one, this is going to be a show.
And this is going to be an incredible matchup that's going to go on until there's zeros up on the clock. Both of these guys have circled this game on the calendar because they knew who they were going to be facing. And two guys we know are going to play at the next level. But I think this is probably one of the better individual matchups we're going to see all season long.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. 3rd and long. Ball's at the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Here comes the heat. Got a man. It's Stevenson. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. The Knights will bring the punt team onto the field. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Caught in the backfield. It's Russ. Crosses the 45. At the 40, there he goes. Flying out to the left. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Pirates.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They're going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. Creates a little space, and he'll have to check his fillings after that lick, but he did get the first down. After a big gainer on that first play, now they can really go for it on 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Wilkins.
You know, the short passing game is a great go-to weapon for any offensive coordinator in the first quarter because it's reliable, obviously, but it also allows you to see how the defense is going to react and play you. So for coordinators, this can really open up the rest of your playbook for the rest of the game.
He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
He's knocked out of bounds at the 42. Solid pickup on that one.
This guy's done a lot of good things early this year throwing the football. With that last completion, that now takes him over 1,000 yards passing for the year.
Wants to throw on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Wilkins. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The Knights with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Wide receiver going in motion. Got his man quickly. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down. The Knights come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Guys, East Carolina carries the lead into the quarter break. They came out and jumped on them early in the first. Let's take a break and look at the first quarter stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Looking to throw on 1st down. Got his man in the middle. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Nice job, defense. You always hear people talk about tackling the catch. You saw it right there. There was nowhere for that receiver to go once he had possession. As a result, no gain.
Gonna look downfield again. And he left that one short, tried to baby it in there. He's got to turn it loose.
This guy is very proud about his accuracy. That's why he's one of the better quarterbacks in all of college football. And that time, ball just got away from him a little bit. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. It's complete.
And as an offense, that's just why you cannot get behind the sticks in these types of situations. 3rd in California is hard to complete and is hard to convert for anybody. And even...
Oh, they blocked it. Scoops it up, and he's going to try to take it back. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Pirates. No mid-season doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, a quick update on a notable game going on right now in the ACC. Clemson is darn near perfect offensively today. This is almost exactly the way they drew things up this week in practice. They're up by 21 over Florida State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this big-time ACC matchup. Guys?
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Pulls it in. It's Stevenson. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there. What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Now the play fake. Finds his tight end. Tackled at the 43 after picking up 10.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Knights trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to fire on second down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36. I don't think when the quarterback called out the Mike backer that he knew that the Mike backer was going to come calling on him quite so quickly.
Nah, it was good timing, right? Like, you don't want to show it too soon to the offensive lineman, call it out and pick you up. You could tell he did a good job buying a little bit of time, and then on the snap, boom, shot out of a cannon, right to the quarterback, gets the sack.
They punt it away on fourth down. Here's the return. He's able to pick his way for just a bit, but he'll be stopped at the 18. Good job by the punt team. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute that.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to pass. Quickly complete. He moves the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 33.
Out routes are very much about timing. That it's got to be a quick, decisive movement from the quarterback. As soon as he sticks that foot in the ground, you know he's breaking out. Throw it right now so he can go make you a play. Great pitch, great catch.
Got his man downfield. Breaks into the open. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. The Pirates getting set on 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He's moving out of the pocket. Got his man. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has been running up and down the field, and here they are. And he's going to score. Touchdown, ECU.
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive plays. They scored again here right before halftime. I don't know, guys. I mean, can we do running clock in the second half?
East Carolina, 28. UCF, 0.
Out of the end zone. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be conservative. We're a little bit down. Listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. The offense calls timeout. It's the second one they've used this half. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Shoots it to the left. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Trying to take it back.
And I like the aggressiveness. I understand you're down, right before the half. You want to go get some points, but you can't turn the football over here. Now you've set the other team up in a position to maybe get more points as the first half's winding down.
They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Looking to fire. Steps away to find some room. Touchdown, East Carolina. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
UCF 0.
The returner will field it and try to set up his offense in great field position. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Pirates will kick it away to start the second half.
UCF 0.
And he's coming out of the end zone. And the returner goes down. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad. That was a frying pan to the head. That was a TKO. It was awful in the first half. Flush it. I got to start doing something right. I got to find some positives. I get the ball first to start this possession, try to put a scoring drive together.
The only thing you can do at this point offensively is just make sure your best players are touching the football as often as possible. You recruited these guys. You got guys out of the portal. You put your faith in them to make plays. This is a time to go out and do it.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Snagged in the middle. It's Stevenson.
Well, this offense knew coming into this game they wanted to try to attack the middle of the field in the passing game, and they're able to execute the end route there.
The Knights can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Got room to work. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a 1st down.
Well, I love the job by the offensive line, getting a good push there on 2nd down, and you see guys bleeding into the second level of the defense getting a hat-on-hat to go get that first.
They'll move the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Got his man on the right. They make the tackle at the 36, but they're in plus territory now with the 15-yard pickup.
The offense really struggled in the first half of this game, so it was important coming out of halftime. They were able to generate some momentum and get some rhythm offensively, and right now they look like they have it.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
This defense, they are tenacious, and they've got guys up front that are athletic and that are so strong and then can collapse the pocket. You saw it right there in that play-action attempt.
Quickly out to the tight end. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. 7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts one down the sideline. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Picked up a few extra on that return, but what a play by this defense to get the football. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He found a hole, got about 5. He's down at the 21.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy.
There he goes. Ridden out of bounds at the 45. A big play for this offense.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
The quick out. Out of bounds at the 24-yard line after the huge pickup.
A lot of smiles right now on this offense. They've got a big lead, and they're just having fun out there. They're still throwing the football. These receivers are still getting open. Pass protection is still great. This quarterback's thinking to himself, man, I'm going to be padding my stats here in the second half of this game because everything we're dialing up is working.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. The Pirates want to pick up the tempo. Tight end now in motion. Now on the option. They'll try the run. Headed to the end zone. Touchdown, Purple Pirates. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
I know everybody drew that one up, right? Like, oh, they're going to run an option, and they're going to pitch it to the big fella tight end and let him take it in for a touchdown. Nice creativity by this offense. Caught the defense off guard, and the big fella does the rest and punches it in for a rushing touchdown.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Pulled and finds his man on the left. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
It's so nice as a quarterback when you've got a guy like that working for you in the slot. He has such a good feel to find the open spaces in the defense. Just makes life so much easier for his quarterback.
And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Well, this offense keeps giving up sacks, and they keep finding themselves in situations like this, 3rd and long right now. They don't have many points in this game, and this is a big reason why. It's hard to score if you don't keep the third downs manageable. So moving forward, whether it's running the football on 1st and 2nd or throwing short passes earlier in the drives, they've got to change things up because taking sacks like this is killing this offense.
Excellent coverage and tackle that time, and that's how the third quarter comes to a close. That's the end of the period, and East Carolina has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. They go back to work with the first down in the final period of this one. Hands it off. Finds a little space. Turning it on. Tap. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Pirates. They give themselves just a little more cushion as they close in on extending this winning run.
Pure domination all game long for this offense. Whether they've been running the football, whether they've been throwing the football, critical down and distances, situationally all up and down the field. This defense has had no answer for these guys. What an impressive performance by the O.
UCF has it once again. What do you think about that? They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front seven has dominated this entire game.
Motion from the wideout. Looking to pass. It's Pope. Lost one deep down the right side. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10.
Military, stop!
The give to the back. Oh, he's got a chance. Give him 114 yards on the ground, and he's been terrific all season, ranking in the top 10 in rushing. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Russ. Oh, he's got some space. He's at the and he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, ECU. They are finishing the deal, building the lead here in the 4th, and they are going to go to 7-0.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns on the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Now the UCF offense ready to go back to work. That last drive ended with an interception, and this time it's paramount they take care of the ball. Motion from the wide receiver. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
They just haven't been able to get much going in this game. The defense has definitely had their number, and here they are late. You're asking yourself, why are they still running the football, trailing this much late in the game? But that's basically a microcosm of how this game has gone.
Looking downfield, it's Pope. Quick spin on the ride. And he didn't have a whole lot of operating room after the juke. Not much room to run.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
You see an incompletion there. I think a big reason why this team is in such a hole right now in the 4th quarter is they have just not been able to find the explosive plays throwing the ball. And you got to wonder at this point, is it too little too late?
Fields the punt. Wants to make a play. He only needs a sliver of daylight. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do, build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Defensively, it's like which one of these guys are the most dangerous? Goodness gracious, you got so many guys that spread you out with speed and wide receivers that you think about taking away the passing game. And then what do? They put him in motion, and he goes across the formation really quickly. They give him the football, and he just so fast, chews up yardage. Defensively, there's so many things to be talking about, to be talking through, and then they do stuff like that. It's even more confusing.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Breaks into the open. Past the 10. And they're going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their total.
With that last touchdown, they remain undefeated. And what can you say about this offense? One of the most explosive in the entire nation. And they're coming in, I think, every week with the mindset that we're just going to outscore everybody. We are okay going into a track meet, and that's really what we saw in this game today. But opponents just cannot keep pace with them and all of the athletes they have on the offensive side of the ball.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCF offense back on the field, ready to go to work. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Hand off from the shotgun. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Really nice job there to pick up the first down and get it to their own 41.
Well, this offense has not put their best product on the field today. They've got no points to show for any of their efforts so far, but they've still got a chance. But if it's going to happen...
Makes the grab inside the 30. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And this offense has not had much to cheer about. There's something right there. Let's see if they can string a couple of plays together. Listen, this game's probably over, but this offense has got to find some kind of a rhythm, something they can hang their hat on so that moving forward, this offense has an identity.
Well, this one had all the suspense of a bug hurtling his way toward a windshield, and they did splatter them, an absolutely dominating performance.
You got to give the coaching staff a ton of credit. They obviously had their guys ready to play and motivated right from the opening kick. All three phases we saw, just spectacular football. No mental mistakes, David. You really can't play better than that.
Nah, it's really fun to do this. Come out and just dominate opponents. Start from finish. Nothing to worry about. You just know you're better. You're going to do you, put up a bunch of points, and win by a lot of points.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.